it.
Okay,
Okay.
we're on.
Good morning, everyone. Today is Thursday, August 25th, 2022, and we're here for a work session. As always, we're going to start with the Pledge of Allegiance. And Frank, can you please take the lead?
Happy to.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Frank. And I just have one announcement. August 24th is Ukrainian Independence Day, and there's going to be a small ceremony at 12 o'clock outside front of Town Hall, and hopefully the board can make it. I think we sent out a notice, and we'll see you there. And I think, Frank, you said you had something?
Yeah, I just wanted to let everybody know, a good friend of mine and a great friend of the farm community passed away back in March, Joe Gorgella, river header by nature, a farmer by nature, took over the job as the Farm Bureau Executive Director and was a fierce competitor for the farm community and a beloved member of our farm community. So I just wanted to let everybody know that they are having a memorial today at Robert Taccio Funeral Homes in San Mauritius, and it starts at 11 o'clock. If you're available to go pay your respects, the family will be there. Thank you.
I think you wanted to talk about Simonson.
Oh, yes. Simonson golf outing tomorrow at the Woods in Cherry Creek. It'll be going on all day. I don't know exactly when tee-off is, but if you want to come by, they have tons of prizes and raffles, and it's a great cause. Of course, Detective Simonson was, unfortunately a victim, and it's a really wonderful thing that they're doing to make sure that there's a fund and, raising money
For scholarship.
for scholarships. Yep, so stop by if you want. Yep.
Yeah, it's a great event, and I'll be stopping by for sure. And thank you, Lisa Pica, for everything that you do for this association. I know you're the heartbeat behind it, and sad what happened, but there are ways to
Yep.
remember.
Mike
and to
Loico
continue.
too, shout out to Mike, he does a great
Yeah.
job
Yeah.
organizing
Yes.
that, yep.
Yeah, great. Okay. So unfortunately, we only have one item on the agenda for today, and that's going to be the Riverhead Police Department June and July reports. And Chief Hagemiller is here with us to discuss the reports. Good morning, Chief.
Good morning.
How was everybody?
How was vacation?
Very nice.
Was?
Very, very nice.
Okay.
Too quick.
Always.
Always. Okay, back to June. Everyone should have received copies of June and July's reports with a brief explanation. So basically, almost everything's up. Calls received are up. Domestics were down. It was about the only thing that was down. Motor vehicle accidents are basically the same. Summonses issued are way up. Arraignments are up. Arrests are up. Criminal incidents were up. But if we did some SLA checks back in June, so if you factor out those 30 or so calls, they're about the same as they were for the previous year.
Chief, no, we have criminal incidents. Shouldn't they be listed under violations?
You would think that, it's just the way that our RMS captures it, so,
Yeah.
right. That's why we said all along, you have to look at that list, and not everything's really a crime on it,
So if you give somebody for an open container of alcohol,
Correct.
that falls into, it's not necessarily considered criminal, it's a
But
violation,
it's counted
right?
under that, right?
It's okay.
But as I say, if you take out those SLA checks, which we did many of them, it's about the same as the year before. Non-criminals were up, revenue was down, and arrests by sector were obviously up to match the arrest made. Where's my? I think I have my property. UCR crimes were also up. That's the violent and property crimes for June.
I'm sure you're aware, Chief, that there has been a rash of break-ins and vehicles in many of the hamlets,
Yes.
something that you have been monitoring, I'm sure.
Yes, and we're definitely working on it. Note to everyone out there, though, is to lock your car.
Yes, lock the car, have your
Because,
keys inside, yeah.
Right. A lot of these happen, I mean, there's really no forced entry. It's basically if the door's open, they go in and
Right.
they take whatever's there, change or cell phone or pocketbook. Some people leave in their car, so don't leave anything in the car and make sure it's locked is word of advice.
And also, Chief, I think we should mention that we are working on installing, expanding the cameras.
Yep, we're in the process of finishing actually our first camera phases, which included the Peconic Riverfront, which we call phase, I think, 5.
Phase 5.
Right, so that's started, we have the PO, it's out to A+, they're gonna start installing that any day. That's basically along the whole riverfront. We've also now expanded, what we had on the drawing board, we also had the northern parking lots of Main Street, east and west of Roanoke. So, they're getting me a quote on that. They've actually mapped it out already, so they have all the cameras, and they're just figuring out how much it's gonna cost. So we should get that. We've also expanded our Peconic Riverfront for more cameras in the parking lot themselves, instead of just on the riverfront. And they're gonna get us a price on that. We also needed some more cameras on,
Police station.
right, police headquarters, so.
And let us not forget the parking lot between Griffin and Roanoke.
Oh, yeah.
Griffin and
The
Roanoke.
panhandling going
Yes,
on in
that-
there
well, that's
is,
that's the west side of
Right.
Roanoke on the north side of Main Street, so.
that and the
That's-
dumpsters back
Yeah,
there.
they have that mapped out, and I can show you the map on that too,
Mhm.
that's not a problem, so.
So we actually took phase 5 and extended it to quite a bit,
Quite a bit.
and that's the last phase.
Right, also, West Main Street down by the laundromat and the community garden, so
That's
we're gonna
always been an
do, we're gonna do
issue.
front and back there too, so.
And we're actually going all the
Good.
way back to the senior center also.
That's right, I forgot that, right. So
Yeah,
they're gonna put
so,
some cameras out at the senior center for us.
And cameras are very, very effective. They're 8+ cameras, I understand, correct?
Right.
So the quality is very
Right,
good.
it's-
It's a surveillance type of
right.
camera.
A+ is the vendor, and their A+ cameras, they're the
Yes.
top of the line, so.
Okay.
Hopefully they'll.
And we're gonna start the process very soon.
It's gonna be
Very-
signed also, signage down there indicating
Yes,
that there
so we
are
have
cameras
surveillance
in use.
cameras up, right.
Good.
So,
Yeah, that's, it's interesting that you bring that up, because normally signage is very important, so it's another layer of security. So you'll have the cameras, and then you add the other layer, which would be the signage. Good,
Okay, July.
all right.
Another month that we're up, almost in every category. The only category that was down was motor vehicle accidents, which is surprising.
It is surprising.
Right.
Price of gas kept people
Yeah,
off the roads.
you know what, that's probably.
Honestly, there was less
You're
traveling,
probably
so.
right, so they probably stayed in instead of driving around. Criminal incidents were up again for July. But if you factor out the fireworks calls that we handled for July 4th, it brings it way down, so.
Now, are these, I know we had the Main Street fireworks. We had other events privately, I believe.
For fireworks?
Yeah, because I
Yes,
think we have an increase in calls, because we may have an increase in permits for fireworks, correct? Or
We've had,
is there a correlation?
I know
I think
Baby
we've had a
Hollow
couple
had-
weddings,
Yeah.
and I think we have one down on the bay too, a private,
The racetrack,
right, the racetrack does them.
And that should subside anyway.
Most of those fireworks calls were probably July 4th generally.
yeah, no, I'm sure.
Other than that, we're moving along.
How do we
And-
compare with the other East End towns?
As far as,
They're rising as well?
I haven't looked at their numbers, but I would assume, obviously, especially the South Shore towns increase greatly during the summertime, so that's their busy time of the year, so I think we're a very busy department, and I think ours is year-round activity, so.
We've always been busy on that
Always,
East Ends.
I've always called us the working police department on the
Right.
East Ends.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah. And our officers do a great job. Shout out to them.
They do a great
Be safe.
job,
Yes,
every single one of them.
yes.
Gotta get more of them.
We need more of them.
We are.
More of
Working
them
on
and
that.
more dispatchers.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the other side to that is the dispatching issue. I look at Southampton Town, they have 22 dispatchers.
Yeah.
Wow.
They don't do that, they don't do double the work that we do, so
We have
we definitely
11.
have to take, we have 11.
We have 11.
Budgeted for 11, hopefully we're gonna increase that too. so.
Well, we were talking yesterday, just the call volume alone with the
Oh, with
ambulance
Rivet
is so
Volunteer
far
Ambulance
up
is just,
that they need the extra help in the dispatch room just for handling ambulance calls.
And they need
EMS calls, and
volunteers.
Fire department, yeah,
Hire more.
we have to.
any questions?
No,
Thank you,
No.
sir. Appreciate it.
Yes, thank you, Chief.
Okay,
keep up the good work out there.
Enjoy your weekend.
you too.
Anything else? No one? Okay, so this is gonna end our discussion for today, and in a moment, I'm gonna ask for a first and a second to enter into executive session to discuss the following. First, contractual matters related to an agreement with McConic Hockey and the town of Riverhead. That'll be Rothwell and Howard. And then personnel, matters surrounding the change of status of an employee, and that will be with our town attorney, Eric Howard. Can I have a first and a second to go into executive session, please?
Motion.
Second.
All in favor? All opposed? So move. Everyone be safe, enjoy the weather, and have a great weekend.